All right, what's up, guys? Garrett here again. Today, or I guess this month, marks the month or a whole full year that I've been selling full time on Amazon. Um, and it also marks the month where I'm going back to employment. You know, there's a lot of reasons why. Mainly not my own naivety, I guess. My naivety, however, is that a word? Anyways, going back to employment because I overestimated what I was making. Um, but in this video, I'm gonna be sourcing while I'm talking about what's going on in my business and everything, and we'll get into it. All right, let's hop in the computer and we'll check it out. I'm gonna I'm gonna source, and whenever I find something, I'll pause on the story time and we'll go over it. But anyways, about a year ago, I decided that I was making enough money to go full time selling on Amazon. You can actually go back to my videos about a year ago, and I started doing YouTube videos at that point where I was just kind of talking, explaining where I was at in the business and stuff. Um, and it at that time I was doing traditional OA. I was buying brand new products from retail stores and reselling them on Amazon. And you know, once I went full time, I actually went home for a little bit to my parents, and my buying dropped. And therefore, the next month, the first month I went full time, I had the worst month of my entire year because I wasn't buying. And that's at that point I made an adjustment. I went back to books. I found Joji Davenport's videos and learned that I didn't have to go to thrift stores to buy books, and so I was doing that, um, doing the OA thing for books at least. And I did that, and you know, doing a change like that, especially whenever you've just dropped your income from your other job, really, hurts the business. But I was able to survive mainly because December and January really helped me out. Um, and then after January, funds haven't been the greatest. January is obviously always kind of low for most booksellers. And then went down from there, and it came back up for a little bit for me. And then June was really bad sales wise, and my wife also had something going on with her job and stuff. So that also kind of hurt us. But anyways, um, this month I decided that I needed to get back to good steady income. My I don't want to. I'm not quitting. This isn't me quitting by any means. I'm definitely going to be doubling down on the job, but I'm also going to have a full time job as well at the same time. It will definitely cut back on on my buying or on my keeping up to date with all the computer work and stuff, all my spreadsheets. Definitely will hurt that, but I'm not gonna let it hurt me too bad. I'm trying to find some jobs that I can work on it while I'm working, kind of thing. One of them like a moving job. Hopefully, I can just ride and work on the business at sometimes, but I don't know. That's a hard one to find. Um, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But things that I've learned over the year, I think um, I learned revenue is not profits. I know to most of you that seems like a no-brainer, but to me a year ago I did not understand that concept, and like I said, it's naivety. I was naive. I was very naive and thought that I was making a lot of money when I really actually wasn't. Um, and then another, I guess, thing was, what my business is making, I'm not making. So a year ago, I was starting to make like $10,000 a month, Um, ex- and you know, I wasn't actually making $10,000 a month. I was making $10,000 in revenue, and revenue means nothing. I mean, it means you're getting sales, which is good, but past that, you should not look at that number and make huge decisions. You should break it down and find your gross profit and then your net profit, and then you can make decisions off of that. Um, but in my mind, a year ago, I was making 10 grand. I'm making way more money than my job was paying me. So I justified it like that, and I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I was just being stupid, and I'm paying for it right now. But I don't think it's a bad thing. Right now, the business is doing good. My business is growing. Every week it's getting bigger and bigger. But what is happening is I'm pulling money out to pay myself and to keep my family's food on the table for the family. Um, and I'm realizing that isn't. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta get another job that will pay for that, and not pull it out to live off of. Keep the money in the business and roll it in as much as I possibly can, for as long as I can. That way, things work out that way. But what I've wanted to do ever since I've started this, I do not want to make a huge business off of Amazon. That is not my goal. My goal is to make as much money as I can in Amazon to pull it out and invest it in other places. I don't trust Amazon. Like Amazon, I love Amazon. I've built a whole business off of it for the past 3 years. Actually, this month is actually my business is now 3 years old. So I've built a whole business off of it, and so I love Amazon, but I don't trust them. And I know that seems counterintuitive, but it's because they're you know you see these people like Romer the Romer. I think that's this deal. And like I mean, I don't know what he was doing. I didn't look into it too much, but apparently he had like several accounts open, and they just shut him down. And like that's you get what you get whenever you play with fire type of thing. But at the same time, they didn't like hit him up. They didn't talk to him. They didn't say anything to him. And that dude was, I know, making a ton of money on Amazon and for Amazon. And for them to just push him to the side without even a warning or an explanation. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of old now. I don't know if like maybe he talked to somebody. I don't know. It seems like he's selling again. Um, but I know for the longest time they weren't even like contacting him. They wouldn't even talk to him. And that right there tells me that you are a number. You are a number in this big business. Even if you're making a ton of money, you know, you're a number and you can be replaced. And in some instances that's a good thing. I don't, I really can't, you know, hate on them too much because they are a business, and if their business rode on one person, then that one person has too much power. But I just don't want to put, I don't want to create a multi-million dollar business off of the back of Amazon. My goal is to get into real estate. I want to get into real estate as quick as I possibly can. And going back to a good steady paying job is going to help me get there faster. Like, I think that I'll be able to use the money that I'm making from Amazon as long as I'm just rolling it in there. Give me a year and a half, I'll be able to buy my first rental property. And probably, a duplex, house hack type of thing, if any of y'all know what that is. But I'm not trying to build a multi-million dollar business with this Amazon. I'm trying to build get into the six figures, be making some serious money, especially the books. What really made me change my mind is this last week I started being like, all right, where am I at? Like I'm tired of scraping by, barely getting by. Where am I at with my business? And how am I not getting any further? You know what I'm saying? So I looked into it, and like for this year I've made I think $48,000 in revenue. I'm getting about 16% margins on that. That's not a lot. That's pretty dang low. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if you're selling new products, 16% is awesome. That's perfect. But if you're trying to survive off of $48,000 and at 16% margin, I think I have deposited in my bank account $15,000, and I know, like, I don't want to downplay it. Like, where I was at, 2 years ago, I couldn't imagine being where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely perspective, but I can't survive off of that, is what I'm more or less getting at. I think that the from now until, hold on, I think I'm gonna pause on the story, because I think I got a good deal here. Occupational therapy, $11. 42 is pretty new. There's no new deals coming out. It's a pocket guide. It's definitely getting sales down here at 42, it looks like. And if I can get it at 11.71, there's no shipping. I'm going to get 2 of these. We'll go from there. Oh, and if anybody was wondering, one of my old videos, I was wondering, like, is Cashback, or wait, Rakuten, is Rakuten working for books? It is not. If you guys are trying to use Rakuten on eBay to buy books, specifically books, video game, any media, it doesn't work. But Top Cashback, this cashback site here, it works. The Top Cashback one, I'm hovering over the wrong thing. This Top Cashback one, it works, and it does 150% return. So just a heads up. But anyways, oh man, I'm gonna have to blur this out. Always forgetting. Anyways, that's where I'm at with with what I'm thinking of what I'm wanting to do. I don't want to, scare anybody away from selling, because I am making good money. Like, don't get me wrong. It is, I am doing good. But I'm just not doing good enough to be full time right now. And on top of that, I don't believe that I don't know. For me, I don't know if I will ever be able to do Amazon alone full time. I'm Number one, I'm on YouTube. I'm trying to get something going there. Number two, I've started selling on eBay. That's another stream of income. And then more than anything, I'm wanting to look into real estate. I don't think, like, maybe real estate, once you get there at some point, you can do that solely or something, but Amazon would be really hard to do it solely. And and like I said, it's scary, man. You don't know if one of these books is a counterfeit, and you get caught selling that book, and you don't even know it's counterfeit. Amazon is not going to be polite. They're not going to be nice. They're going to kick you out without telling you. And then on top of that, you won't be able to get back in. You only get one shot at this thing. Mom spaghetti. But one shot. Anyways, it definitely makes me nervous just to have one stream of income, and that's more or less what I'm trying to get at is you can definitely make great money with Amazon, but I think that you also need to look at trying to find other avenues, or other avenues of income, other streams of income. Don't rely solely on Amazon, or unless you have your numbers down packed. Like I didn't. I was wrong. I'm very aware that I was wrong, that to go full time on such on the thought of my revenue is doing so good. You know what I'm saying? And some people are going to be a lot more business savvy than I am. This is me learning business right here. Like I am learning how business works through Amazon. So like I definitely have like some learning to do still, but this year has been a huge learning thing for me, and now I know that I need to keep as much money as I possibly can in this. I knew that before, but it was just not like it wasn't something that I was like, I guess I thought I could do it. I thought, well, they don't know what they're doing. They don't have as much revenue as me or something, or more than anything. No, I don't know, man. I don't know, because I was doing straight OA, like, and I wasn't even like now I know that I'm gonna be able to get on every day and source just like I'm doing right now. I'm gonna be able to get on here every single day, and I'm gonna be able to find, making sure I'm got the right camera. I'm gonna be able to find, $100 in profit. I'll be able to do that every single day, and more, most of the time is more. Like, don't get me wrong, but um, I know that it's that I'm be able to do that. Whenever I first went full time, I had no idea. I was just thinking, oh, I've got it. I had no idea what my numbers were. I didn't even have Seller Board. And Seller Board, if you don't know, it like keeps track of your profits and the stuff and all your expenses and everything, and it's just a huge tool if you're wanting to actually go full time. Let's see what I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. This might be a good product. But I didn't know what my profits were, and I was going full time. I was just so naive to think that, and I've been in denial for the last few months, thinking, oh, I'll be able to make it work. I just got to get to August. And then, I mean, to some extent, I'm right. Once August hits, I'll probably be making just the money that I need to make in order to stay afloat. But the reason I'm looking for a job now in July 15th is I want to keep all that money. This year, I want to keep all of it in the business, roll it in. That way it just grows that much faster. Because otherwise, I have to live on it, off of it, and I'm taking that money out, and I'm not growing near as fast. It might take me 5 years to get where I want to be. Whenever if I just keep it in there, it'd take me 1 year, or two. I don't know. This is too close. Let's see what eBay's got. But I making this video because I want everybody to see that it's not it's not perfect. You're not gonna be perfect every time. You're gonna make mistakes. I made a huge mistake, but I'm not giving up. I know that this is where I need to be. I know that I'm doing the right things. I just got to keep plugging away. Just got to keep working hard and be patient. Really, the biggest thing is be patient. I was not patient. There was also some other things, like my job that I was at a year ago was taking up all my weekends, and I got kids. So that was obviously, a factor, and I was thinking, oh, I'll make it work, and I did spend a lot of time with my kids over the last year, because it does free up your time, but I'm just not making enough money to live comfortably, I'm sure if I didn't have kids, oh, easy. I could live in my van. Or if I had a van, I could live in a van and be just fine, like as a single dude. But with kids, you gotta think about their well-being. I want to be able to, if my kid needs a new bike, I want to be able to go buy it. I don't want to have to be like, I don't know, man, we don't have the revenue for it. $42.98. I'm gonna look at this. But that's the main thing. I don't want the family to suffer, You got to think about them before you think about yourself. And this is it. I've applied to several jobs. The main one I'm wanting to get is a moving job. That's where I might be able to work on the road while I'm working. It will take time away from my kids, man, and it is what it's gonna have to be what it's gonna be. I'm not happy about it, but you can't. I'm gonna get this one. I'm going for this one because it's $42.98, and I'm selling it for 89 most likely. That is the low. I could sell it for more up here at the 120s. Could be into the hundreds, but even at the 89, the low, I'm getting the 52% ROI and $22 back. So no brainer. But yeah, if you're thinking about going full time, that's awesome. It means you're getting more confident in what you're doing and stuff. But just make sure you know your numbers, man. Make download Seller Board. I know it is a monthly cost, but if you're serious about going full time, download it and understand your profits, man. Understand your revenue versus your profits. It's not the same. Don't look at your revenue. Don't look at those gold bars and think, oh, I'm making it. I'm killing it. $10,000. I'm killing it. It's not. That's not how it is, man. It's just not. You gotta look more into it. Break it all the way down. Take out all your expenses. Figure out how you're gonna pay yourself. I use the profit first method. Joji Davenport actually has quite a few videos on that. Check out his channel. I do have a video on it, but it was a long time ago, so I don't know. It's probably not a good one. It's probably just me talking. That's what my first videos were. But figure that stuff out before you get too into it. But that's it, guys. I just kind of wanted to get on here and give an update on my situation. I will probably not be uploading videos as often. I've been kind of varying the video upload anyways. But I will try to upload as much as I possibly can, especially these sourcing videos. I enjoy doing them because I work while I'm making videos. It's kind of nice. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.